Hello, January 11th, episode 11 of Three Things with Ian. I have missed you. Welcome back. On today's episode, we have the first thing, a book recommendation, The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. I believe this was made into a movie on Peacock. Anyway, this is a really fun, fairly quick read in the horror genre. The premise is there's a family at a remote cabin having a vacation. A trio of intruders barge in and declare that the world will end unless they make an ultimate devastating sacrifice. To further prove their point, they conveniently show some real-time footage of some massive natural disasters and other sort of doomsday events. Chaos ensues, and this book ends really interestingly, and I won't give anything away, but I think it's worth a read. I think I did this with a book club a few years ago, so it's fairly modern. Fairly new read, very tense, just very interesting book. Check it out. The Cabin at the End of the World. Great title, too. My second thing is, as you may know or may not know, this year I've been kind of getting back more into little brain teasers and puzzles, just to kind of, why not? It's never a bad idea. The New York Times has a bunch of free puzzles, and I think my routine now is firmly established. I'm doing a crossword puzzle and I'm doing the connections game. And the connections game I want to kind of highlight today because it can be devilishly easy some days and then devilishly hard. And the premise is you have 4 times 4, so you have 16 words. They could be any words from truck to teaspoon to fall to May, right? They're just words. And you have to put them into 4 groups, right? So things that have in common. So maybe there's like 4 words that a bartender might use or instruments he or she might use. And then there's 4 automotive parts, right? There's always a few little wrinkles where words can be in different groups. You have 4 chances to get it right. I know it's not new. I know there's millions of people playing it, but I just wanted to highlight it. A crossword puzzle and connections is kind of my go-to right now. If I add a third, I will certainly let you know. The number 3 thing for today, let me look at my notes briefly. Yes. I recently rediscovered an ultimate favorite of mine, Ice Road Truckers. This is a series that ran from 2007 to 2017. The premise is wild. It's totally real. It's a series of truck drivers who are literally driving massive heavy loads of refinery and big heavy equipment essentially to the top of the world, Arctic Circle area, northern Canada, and the last bit of their journey is on literally frozen lakes, so ice roads. It's wild. You can't make this thing up. Before this series aired, I'm sure almost nobody knew this existed. Best thing about this show is you can jump in at any episode and you haven't missed anything, and you don't feel like you need to see the episode before or after. It's just kind of a timepiece where you watch for 42 minutes. Obviously, there's some tension. Things are resolved. No one gets seriously hurt usually. And then you're good to go. And it's just kind of a cool slice of life. If you watch it in the winter, it adds a special element because as cold as you are, you're probably not as cold as they are. Anyway, Ice Road Truckers, just kind of a fun show. I kind of start my evenings now with that. Eventually, I will get tired of it, but right now I think it's really fun. It's exciting. It's just crazy. So my 3 things today to wrap it up are going to be the New York Times Connections game, Ice Road Truckers, available literally everywhere on television. It's streaming on every major service. And then my 3rd thing was The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. Please check it out and tell me how you like it. As always, tell a friend, shoot me a message, and I will see you all tomorrow.